Hi there. Today we'll talk about the ethical environment for professional accountants. Now, the aftermath of Enron, Arthur Andersen, and WorldCom debacles had increased the desirement for the changes and improvement and development and even maybe creating new code of conduct. And by this conduct or code of conduct, we mean principles and rules. This is because professional accountants owed responsibilities to the stakeholder in general and not to their own financial interests or to the directors or executive or the current shareholder at the expense of the future shareholders. Now, even though there is changes and improvement, but unfortunately, same as the governance reform, we found there's some crack here and there, which in fact impacted the governance frameworks. It had happened to the accounting profession as well. And that's need, in fact, it's not, well, although it was, a problem in itself, but it enhanced to better improvement, to better development, to better these changes in the this conduct and the role of the accounting. The role of accounting, as we know that today, is changes. Now, another problem faced the accounting also, which in fact it's enhanced for the changes and the improvement and development of the conduct, is that what people in fact, as we call it in accounting, we call it the expectation gap, which people or the stakeholder expect to receive from the financial statement. It's differ from what they actually receive. There is some difference in that. That is a problem, of course, but it had enhanced it and increased the improvement and the development and the changes on the conduct or the code of conduct and the roles of accounting. Therefore, today, professional accountant should act seriously and should in fact feel that their profession and their let's say ethical value, as we call them before or as we discussed them before, which include the independencies and the objectivity and the accuracy. All these are important. They must feel that they are current and they must act upon them to best exercise their roles and to maintain credibility and in fact to support the profession. Because, as I said, and I'm going to repeat it again, historically, in fact, accountants or professional accountants have been looked as they are the arbiters of the organizational strategies, organizational accountability, and they are the expert of decision making. Now, number two, let's look at the governance. Globalization and internationalization affected everybody, and business world is not special. It is affected, and if it, in fact, it is affected to the better. And since its effect, the business, definitely it had affected the accounting. and the accounting principles and accounting standards and accounting regulation and accounting suggestion. We notice that the improvement and the changes from the American GAAP, which is the generally accepted accounting principles or standards, to the international accounting standard or international accounting standard, which means financial accounting standard. It a change from the American GAAP to international GAAP. That the local, let's say, American GAAPs created by the FASB, which stands for the Financial Accounting Standard Board, with the support of the SEC, which stands for the Securities and Commission Exchange in the United States, and it's followed by many countries, by many professional accountants for maybe hundreds of years. Now we notice that changes. That's changed to the harmonization of these accounts, the harmonization of the accounting standard, which in fact created international accounting standard or international GAAPs created by the International Accounting Standard Board, ISP, rather than FASB. Still, in the United States they use both in fact. But now most countries nowadays they use the International Accounting Standard for, as say, for the harmonization of the account, for the easy life of business, easy life of trading, easy life of the accounting professional. Imagine that I'm dealing, or my company is dealing with, say, global organization, different countries. So but previously I supposed to prepare financial statement in maybe more than 2 or 3, depending on the organization I'm dealing with, different languages, different cultures. So therefore I have to prepare many financial statements with different standards. Then we have to make the reconciliation. It is hard job, it is time consuming, and it is costly. But nowadays life become much easier by this harmonization. All the accounts, okay, or all countries follow one standards, one set of standard, and all the financial account or all the professional accounting, they in fact they did or they do their job based on these principle or international say principle and standards. So it's, as I said, it is fantastic job. Now it's not only that, also we notice the changes when we talk about the accounting. When we talk about when in the United States there is the takeaway or sorry, it's called the Treadway, the Treadway Commission, and in Canada there is another commission called McDonald Commission. They try their best also to internationalize the code of conduct, which I talk about them in the first point. Nowadays we don't have only code of conduct which is national or local, we have international code of conduct, international principles and rules as we call them. That is to ease the profession of the accounting. It's not only to ease but to make it more efficient. Together also in this point we have to remember the international auditing. Nowadays, yes, okay, nowadays in fact these or let's say because of this commission, together with the FIC, which is International Federation of Accounting. In fact, again, it's enhanced and improve both accounting principle and auditing principle. And nowadays, that in fact, auditors or professional accounting work seriously to show their judgment on their ethical value of objectivity, of independency, and of accuracy. Finally, let's talk about the service offer. Today, professional accounting are not only doing auditing or taxation or consultation. Believe it or not, today they do some other professional tasks like engineering, laws, and the remaining will come and we'll see the future. And we'll see what will happen in the future. And we'll see this task or this profession. In fact, accounting profession is a professionalism, and it's continue to the change and to the improvement and to the development. And we hope that we in fact reach to the point that we are capable for the credibility and we are responsible for all the stakeholders. And thank you very much.